If I could travel anywhere in the world, I think I would travel to New Zealand. I would take my older brother and I'd like to backpack across New Zealand. One of the main reasons that I would choose New Zealand is because it is English speaking. And right now, the only language I speak is English. And as a person with a lot of anxiety surrounding my personal safety and safety in general, traveling to a place where I can easily communicate is really important to me. Until I learn another language, which I do plan to do, I hope to do, an English-speaking country is the place for me. New Zealand is also just relatively safe. It has a pretty low crime rate, just overall the country does, which is good. It's also considered like the home for backpackers. There are so many backpackers and travelers that come to New Zealand just to travel across the scenery and hike the mountains and, bus ride and train ride all across the country. People actually still hitchhike in New Zealand, which I think people hitchhike here in the US too. But it seems to be like in New Zealand it's normal to hitchhike. In the US, I don't think it's normal. I definitely wouldn't hitchhike in the US. I'm not sure I would hitchhike in New Zealand either, honestly. But it's cool that that's normal there. I think that really shows that, it is a safe place. And that's definitely something that's important to me when I consider traveling. The scenery in New Zealand is so beautiful. If you have ever seen pictures, there's so many mountains and everything is so green. Like the grass is so green. Like it's not yellow like it is here in Missouri when it's, rained and then dried and then got disgusting and muddy and gross. It's actually like green grass and it stays put. You don't slide around all over it. There are so many mountains and there's actually volcanoes there. And I'd love to travel, hike on a volcano or volcanic mountain, I guess is what you'd call that. I'm not really sure. I've never seen a volcano and I think that would be pretty awesome. Also, there is the Waitomo Caves in New Zealand, which are actually underground tunnels, and you can kayak through them. And there are actually, inside the tunnels, they're dark, but there are worms, and these types of worms actually glow in the dark, and they kind of light your way. And that seems so cool to me. It also seems kind of freaky, like I might freak out, I might have an anxiety attack, but it would be worth it. That's why I'm taking my brother. There are so many other things to see in New Zealand. That was just one of the examples. This is actually something that I've thought about a lot. I'm a planner. I plan in advance. So it definitely is something that I've planned for, even though it's not in the cards right now. I think if I did travel to New Zealand, I would like to travel across both the two main islands that make up New Zealand. I'd like to travel across them both and travel in different ways. Like I'd like to travel on bus and I'd like to travel on boat and maybe I'd try hitchhiking. Who knows? Probably not, but maybe I will. Who knows?